Hi guys, so in today's video I just want to talk about a couple of lies, or let's just say limiting beliefs, and just false assumptions, I guess, or false premises that I think mainstream society has installed in almost all of us, or at least has tried to install in all of us, right? Um, and number one, life has no innate, inherent meaning, though this is often suggested, I guess, in mainstream culture, right? Um, but the truth is, if you crave meaning, and a lot of INFJs especially do, myself included, um, you, well, either have to build the meaning kind of on the fact that there is no inherent or objective meaning, or you just have to, find some kind of some kind of meaning that you assign to all of life, or maybe just certain aspects of it that gives you enough motivation to keep going, right? I mean, from a, I guess, spiritual or rather metaphysical perspective, there is some kind of objective to the game called life. um, but yeah, that's more, I guess, like some kind of goal or something, and not meaning in and of itself, right? It's more on a, I guess you could say, functional or technical level, right? Um, yeah, maybe you could even call it a kind of purpose of life, but I don't really like the word purpose in context with, human beings. I think human beings should have meaning in their lives rather than purpose, as purpose for me should pertain more to, like objects and, I don't know, certain activities you do, right? But not life as a whole or human beings as a whole. Number two, you are your work is one of the, I think personally, which may also be influenced by my personal life experiences and circumstances, but anyway, I think is one of the most toxic beliefs in mainstream society. In this day and age where human relationships are, you know, very complicated, and everyone and everything is highly individualized, right? I think work or career has become, like the surrogate for many people, or just another form of escape, right? Like, especially for those who can't make their relationships work, it often seems like they try to get a lot of their needs met through the work environment, right? Like by getting, especially also, approval and attention from other people, right? um, and also, whether it's because people do it for the money, for the approval of maybe, their colleagues or bosses or whomever, or there are like self-employed or maybe artists kind of types um, who are really, really identified with their work, because they're so passionate about it. There's still, I guess it also ties in with those this thing called hustle culture, right? Um, where people are just, they tie their whole self-worth to this idea of who they are in in their job, their career, or who they want to become, right? And they are just, yeah, overly identified with it. Number three, and I think that goes along very well with number two. Um, well, there is so much talk about, stepping out of your comfort zone in this world. Like, push yourself to try new activities and, I don't know, change your style, not just on the outside, but also change your thinking patterns, change your routines, change your location, change whatever you can change, right? um, and yeah, I think change can be cool and change can be a great tool. And I personally I guess I like lots of smaller changes better than very big changes that come all at once, though it depends on the context. But generally speaking, I think the uncomfortable life is not worth living. And I think it's just better to at least try to maintain a certain level of comfort in your life and, you know, find ways to make yourself more comfortable also. Like for me as an INFJ, for example, it took such a long time to fully appreciate the value of not just extroverted sensing, but also introverted sensing associated things, right? Like just the importance of wellness and treating yourself to a good time, and also listening to your body's needs and your sensations and such. Like ever since I got into ASMR, this has, for example, radically improved the quality of my life. And when I was younger, I just thought that things like that were somehow boring until I learned to, create better contact with my SI. And last but not least, number four, one of the, yeah, I guess mainstream lies that in some way I was also, yeah, a firm believer in for the longest time, even though I was never really religious, as I mentioned in some of my other older videos. But I've been, on this spiritual journey for the longest time. But the thought or idea that God or someone or something, comparable to God exists somewhere as some kind of higher power outside of myself or ourselves. Yeah, as you could tell by some of my other videos, that's something that I'm still kind of trying to come to terms with, right? Like the realization that God is just this kind of life energy and, I don't know, universal or beyond universal consciousness inside of us. Something like that. That's just the best idea I have so far. And that is really not this kind of magical or even, like loving and caring creature or creatures looking over us somewhere, though in some way or shape they also exist inside of this game. Yeah, well, those were just a couple of mainstream lies that I could think of right now, or rather that I have thought about a lot already in the past months and years even as for some of them, and that I really wanted to talk about today. And I'm sure there are a lot of more statements or, beliefs like that that I could point out, and maybe I will in future videos. And as always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and or subscribe to my channel, and or let me know your thoughts in the comments. And till the next time, bye.